Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1, and as you can clearly see, it's even hard to get this monster in the shot because I can't really back up any further. But this is a power unit, and I have a love-hate relationship with this. Let me tell you the history behind this. This was sent to me in October to do some testing, and this is one of their beta units. It even says it on the top here. I don't know if I can get you that. You can see that, but probably can't see that. It says beta unit. So I got this in October and I tested it, used it, had some problems with it, contacted them. Didn't really get a good answer on one of the problems, but we'll talk about that later. And then they finally got it in production, and so it was months and months and months and months. So it was sort of frustrating for me because I wanted to review it and get it done and out there. So whatever the reason was, they finally got it in production, which is great. So this was sent to me absolutely free. I do not get paid from the company. Some YouTubers actually charge companies, and that's good to do because that's their income and their business. I do not charge them because my loyalty always lies with my viewers. So I got the unit. This is a monster unit. It's actually 3 parts, and you can buy the individual unit. And this is a lithium iron phosphate battery. It is 2,330 watt hours. It is a 2,200 watt inverter in there, and you can pair it with 2 batteries. The unit itself has a battery in it, and then you can add a second and third battery. So let's show you what this has. This has all the features that 99% of the other power boxes out there. It has a good screen, very clear. It has all your USB ports, everything you're going to need. And then you move over here, you have your 12 volt, everything you're going to need. If you really want to go into it, check the link and you can see what it does. Definitely an off-on switch. This also has an app. When I evaluate a power box, I really don't pay any attention to the app. The reason is you're buying a machine. They don't provide you with a cell phone that can have the app. And I know a lot of people do not have apps on their phone. A lot of my viewers are older and they're not into apps. So I don't look at apps, especially if I lent this to someone and they didn't have an app on their phone. So also, if you use an app, it's definitely more traceable. They can figure out where you are, especially with Wi-Fi features of today. So I don't evaluate the app, but the app is excellent. So if you're into apps, this will let you do a lot with this machine. But basically, you can do everything you need to do right on the machine. So let's move over here. On the side, you have 5 outlets, and then you have where you can actually do some input. This is where you can charge it. This has the ability to charge at a very high rate, 1,800 watts. That's actually too high for some people. I have a problem. The places where I like to charge it, I actually have other things on that circuit. So if things are running, I'm pretty much stressing out that outlet or that line of power coming from my panel box. But the nice thing is, if you have the app, you can really control it and you can dial in how much watts you want to power. But it also has a switch right here that will let you turn it up or down. You can turn it down, and this one is programmed right now for like 800 watts. So that's excellent if I have to watch out what I'm pulling out of the wall socket. Or I can turn it up and I can go 1,800 watts. So that's a really quick charge. I like that feature. I'm glad it has the ability to go up and down. And it also has this standby. If you can see that standby, that is a must. If you use the app, you can program it so if the unit is not pulling any power, it will shut off the save power. Now, that's not good if you're trying to run a freezer, especially a high energy efficient deep freeze, because it might not run for hours. And you don't want the machine to kick off and you're thinking it's plugged in. So you can actually turn it off, or if you got the app, you can program it for whatever you want. It has the reset here, and it does come with the power cord to charge it off of the wall, or you can charge it off of the grid power. This unit can be charged, just the main unit has the capability of charging off of solar up to 600 watts. You simply plug your your thing in right here. It'd be an Anderson port or an XT60, excuse me, XT60, and you're charging from MC4 cables, and it comes with the cables you need, everything you're going to need. So you can individually charge this unit, or you can connect it. When you connect it though, you're still charging at only 600 watts, which if you have 8,330 watts of power, you're never going to charge it. Typically, you'd like to have all your charging done in that magic 5 hours. 5 hours of the best solar in your area. If you charge it at 600, and you're never going to get usually 600. 600 times 5 is 3,000. This thing is 8,000, so you're never going to charge it. But they have come up with a solution to that, where you can individually charge each box. I don't like that. I'll tell you why I don't like it. Each individual box can take up to 1,200 watts, but you got to be careful with that because you also have to watch your voltage input. So if you buy certain panels, you're not even come close to the 1,200 watts. So you would have to, if you had this outside, you're going to have 3 different panels or panel arrays and 3 different cords coming into your house. I don't like that at all. I'd rather have all the power going into one machine and then that charging these boxes. I do not like that one bit. I think it's not efficient because remember now, you're going to have to inside here have a charger to handle the input coming into this machine. You got to have one into here. You have to have the one into here. And when you have more additional components to get the job done, the cost is there. Plus, you have 3 different screens to power. So it's not efficient. I tested this many times for the efficiency of this unit, and I came to about 77% efficient. So that's average on the lower class boxes, 77. As you move up in cost, you can get more efficient boxes. If you move up into like a whole house solar system, some of those inverters can be way into 90 and 95% efficient. But because this is such a small box, you're not going to have the bigger, nicer inverters in there and charge controllers in there. And that's not something that's, you know, a problem, but that's just reality because you're dealing with a small box. So you basically will plug these in. I love the cords. They're heavy duty. They didn't go cheap on the cords at all. And you plug the extra battery into the main unit, and that extra battery into the main unit. These can be charged, like I said, at 1,200 watts each individual battery. But you have to make sure you are still within the voltage regulation. So I didn't go out and try to find solar panels to do this because there's some other problems that I don't like about this machine. This is a love-hate machine. I love that it has 8,300 plus watt hours, but I'd rather it have one single charger to take care of everything, one display to take care of everything. I have been using this, and these are the beta models. It's hard to review a product when you get the beta model because you don't know what the final product is actually, but this must be close enough or they would have told me. So the one thing you're going to have to leave this in one spot. This unit is very, very heavy. Luckily, you can separate the unit so you can carry it in 3 different pieces. The handles they put on it are big and comfortable. So really, this is a 2-man carry to make it more efficient. The weight of this machine, I think, is 166 pounds for all 3 pieces combined. So it's about 50-60 pounds each unit. So you definitely have to eat your Wheaties if you're going to move this. That's why I like it to place it in one spot and then run your wires into your house or into where you're using it. But you're going to have to run 3 separate wires, one for each of boxes. You'll have to have that PV input, and you'll have to have 3 different solar arrays or solar panels. That's one thing I don't like about this unit. Now, you can see I have it stacked up, so it takes up a small footprint. But the problem with this small footprint is I don't like it if you got kids in the house. Now, granted, it's on a wiggly table, but this was in my living room, and my little guys were running around the house, and one bumped into it, and it moved a little bit. Not enough to make it fall, but I got concerned. So I wouldn't recommend, if you got a lot of little ones and a lot of action in your house, that you leave it 3 tall. You can definitely take this one off and set it next to it. It just makes your footprint bigger. I want to talk about the price. You got a lot of power here. I do not like the charging capabilities of it being so low. But let's talk about the price, because when you got to compare something this big, they have the unit. If you just buy the basic unit, the center unit is $1,800, but they have coupons. I hate when they have coupons. I wish they would just put up a fair price and run with it. They have a $400 coupon. They have a $100 coupon. I'll put all those coupons in the description and the first pinned comment. So it does bring it down to $1,300. If you add one extra battery, you can get it for $28.99. If you add the second battery to it, you're talking $4,498. When we get into that, you add tax on it, you're getting close to $5,000. At that price point, I don't want anything wrong with this machine. I want it perfect for almost $5,000. That's why I'm pretty neutral on this machine. I am not heavily recommending this at all. There's units out there, and when you're into close to $5,000 with tax, there's units that could be better out there that be better suited for you. So I want to show you this because I don't want you to see another review on YouTube because someone just goes through it really quick and say, this is awesome, it has 8,330 watts of power, and you jump on board. Another thing is, I have the beta unit. I had a serious problem because they tell you, when I got these, I did not get a manual. That did not make me happy because I had to do a lot of research. I had to contact them. With this unit, you are supposed to turn all of these off before you unplug the main line. I could not with my unit. I tried a million times. I had other people try, thinking maybe I'm just pushing the button wrong. I contacted them, and they never really gave me a solution. I'm hoping they fixed it in the final product. They never told me if they fixed it, but let's see. All right, let's turn this unit off. You can clearly see it says off. You come up here, you can hold and push and do anything. It will not shut this unit off. So I shut this one off, and then I just unplugged these. Technically, you should have this unit off too, but I can't. You know, I don't have any problems doing that. Hopefully they fix the units that are up for sale. This does have a light on it. That's not really a reason I buy a power box, but it is a nice feature. You can take this unit, if you need to move it, and take it somewhere else and charge this unit off of solar. You can do it, but there's no practical purpose to carry like 66 pounds around with you to take it somewhere to charge, then bring it back in, hook up all the wires. So really, this is a unit that you're going to set in one place and run your inputs into it. The features I like, it's huge, 8,330 watt hours. That's incredible. I like the ability to charge it at the max of 1,800 watts off of grid power or off of your generator. The things I don't like is the redundancy, which gives me no value of looking up here and having to see what this battery is, then seeing these batteries. I had them in when I was using it constantly, that some of the batteries would be different. So this might be at 0, this might be at 0, this might be at 11. I couldn't figure that out. So it doesn't use them evenly. I wish it had one controller I could look at and I could see and it would combine them. So I don't like the feature of it going through here. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it had this feature, but it also had the additional feature of just bringing one solar input into it. So I appreciate them then sending this machine. They sent it absolutely free. I'm using it. I will continue to use it. But to spend your hard-earned money of $4,500 to get this set up, there's possibly much better systems for you. So if you need help picking out a system, southernprepper1@yahoo.com. You send me an email, and hopefully today or tomorrow we can arrange a talk on the phone, and we can pick the best one for you. So I appreciate Dabbsson sending me this. I hope it helps you make the right decision. Thanks for watching.